I have a few more messages from Spirit to share with you around Sister Wound, because so if that's something that, resonates, stay with me. Because, I shared this last night and in my previous story in the morning that I've been healing this on a very, very subtle, very, very deep level for myself and exploring this wound. And to do that, I think it's especially important for us healers or the divine feminines. We're all healers, but those of us who, take the path to hold space for other women, those of us who will be Reiki healers, shamans, readers, it's important to examine that every now and then within us. And I was asking my guides for downloads and for directions, not just for myself, but for all of us as a collective. They showed me a past lifetime yesterday that was very helpful for me to understand it and to start another round of healing. So you can always do that too. That wound is very deeply rooted within our soul. But what I was guided to share with you as well, one of the things that I received in the recent days is that we are sometimes called to examine the relationships with other women in our life. So think about all the women in your life, your mother, your grandmothers, your sisters, your brothers' wives, your friends, your colleagues, co-workers, cousins, whatever that is. Think about all the women. You can make a list. Think about all the women that you interact with in the last year, women that you've interacted with on a regular basis, and ask yourself, with whom do I feel emotionally safe? Really emotionally safe. Don't think about the why. Don't think about who's to blame, right? With who do I feel emotionally safe? Because the role of a divine feminine is to really restore the divine balance in the feminine and masculine dynamics, but also in the feminine energy within us all. And the feminine energy is about emotional safety, nurturing, creating sense of home, right? And that comes also with creating communities that build together. So if you cannot feel emotionally safe with someone, that relationship has absolutely no foundation. This is what we teach our men, what we're supposed to teach our men, that a relationship needs to have an emotional foundation built on emotional safety, a feeling of home, right? Feeling safe to be open, to be you, to be authentic, to be vulnerable. So the first step is to really examine, start from the relationships between us, feminines, right? Feminine energy. With whom do I not feel safe? And I was guided to share that sometimes we are called to examine that and to really choose to share our presence only with those women who make us feel safe. And of course, on a very, very, very deep level, healing that wound means that you embody unconditional love. And we talk about this a lot, right? Unconditional love is something that we as feminines have to embody. So no matter who you think about, what they've done to you, how wrong they've done you, how much pain they caused, how they irritate you, how out of alignment they are with you, we should send love towards everyone. It's this great mother archetype that should exist within us. So we should be able to look at anyone, absolutely anyone, like, this is my child, no matter what they do, they're trying their best, I love them, right? This is the ultimate goal when we are in our feminine, when we are healed, when we fully addressed that sister wound, again, especially as healers. But so women who work with other women, right, and hold space for them, But there's a huge difference between I send unconditional love to all people, to all women. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not judging you. I'm not comparing myself to you. I love you. And there's a difference between that and I invite you to my space. Okay? So we're being asked to re-examine those relationships. If there is a woman that you do not feel emotionally safe with, you will not be able to build with her. So, sorry. Sometimes we need to put in boundary. And when I talk about self-love and boundary with you guys, I always remind you in karmic relationships and karmic ties as well that not everything has to be chop chop, block, delete. Right? Sometimes we need to put in boundary. Like, I'm happy to continue to be in your life. If you feel safe with me, I'm happy to hold that space for you. And I'm happy to, be there for you when you need me. But it's not going to be a two-way street because I do not feel safe with you. You do not have to share this with this woman if you do not feel comfortable or she's at a completely different level of her journey. But you can... Not all relationships in your life have to be that two-way street. It can be a one-way street, right? It's something that we embrace as healers. So really think about what are the women that you keep forcing that two-way street relationship on, and you don't want to remove from your life on some level, because in the end, and again, I always talk to you guys about this, sometimes spirit pushes us to remove certain things, or even spirit removes himself certain things to make space for better. So if you ever want to, be in a moment of your life when you're truly going to be surrounded by more and more and more feminines that you will feel emotional safety with, you will flourish, right? You will grow in who you are. You have to remove those people that don't make you feel that way. And again, it's not about you, it's not about them. It's not their fault, it's not your fault. Sometimes we're just out of alignment with someone. Sometimes someone was just a karmic lesson. Sometimes someone is just in our life to be that one-way street. We will hold space for them. We will be connected to them, but we accept that they're not going to do the same for us. And it's okay. So that's something that I am called to do right now, and really find a difference between those kind of relationships. So I just wanted to share that with you because Spirit was very loud that it's important for all of us. So yeah, if that's something that resonates, if you want to continue the conversation, I'm always happy to chat with other sisters. And if you feel like sister wound is something that you're struggling with, and you don't know where to start and where to go, you can drop me a message and I will send you some links that I find was very helpful for me on all of the levels of healing that, and some tips and some tricks. And yeah, I love you so incredibly much, because again, this is what we embody as feminists. This is what we bring to this world. This is what we teach, that unconditional love. It doesn't matter. Maybe you don't resonate with me. Maybe we wouldn't be best friends. Maybe I wouldn't be driving in the middle of the night to your house because I need to cry, and I'm going to be crying on your sofa and you're going to be fixing me a bowl of soup. But we can find a way for each other to coexist, to shine together, to help each other to shine together. And there are very different types of relationships that we can build between each other, and they can all be based on unconditional love.